pain. We know your take-home pay can barely take you home. We will continue to try. And I am one of those governors who believe that we cannot run away from the fact that we must adjust the minimum wage of workers in Nigeria. And so, for us in Edo State, we have decided that we will move minimum wage effective May 1 to 70,000 naira.
All right, let's talk about this. Obaseki defends minimum wage hike to 70,000 naira. Is 615,000 naira a living wage? I'm struggling to understand. Maybe you can bring us up to speed with this. To understand, what is this 615,000 naira? What is that about? I know Obaseki is. Yeah, go ahead.
That is what the Nigerian labor leadership is bringing on the table as they negotiate. I mean, as they're bargaining. What's it called? Bargaining wage to start with the government of Nigeria, and from there, I mean, you don't come to negotiation with your barest minimum. You must hop it a bit, but really, by my consideration, if you convert 615,000 naira to dollars in Nigeria of today, that should just be around $500. It is ridiculous to have $500 as minimum wage in Nigeria. The average janitorial worker, the average
So let me get this straight, Chief, before you continue. Sorry, let me get this straight. You're saying that the 70,000 naira is representing the same number that 615,000 naira is. It's not that one is 12 months and the other one is 1 month. One person is saying, I'm ready to give you 70,000 naira, and Labor is suggesting 615.
615,000 for a month.
That margin, that's an extremely wide margin. Why such a heavy discrepancy?
See, the government in Edo State currently, and in Nigeria, the current minimum wage is about 30,000 naira. For example, if you work with SharpEdge News in Nigeria, you are not going to be paid that 30,000 naira as your minimum wage. That is what level 1 officers or officials in a government would be paid.
That's the 70,000 naira.
No, that's 30,000 currently.
That's the current 30,000 naira right now.
Yes, Edo State is now proposing that theirs is now going to go up to 70,000.
Okay.
As the minimum.
Okay.
In Edo public service.
Okay.
And all over Nigeria, Labor is saying that must be around 615,000. And then the media and people in government, they have said that is unrealistic on part of Labor. And I am saying, as Oladimeji Abitogun, that 615,000 is
like $500. It's like $500, and that should be more like it.
Yes. So if you are condemning what Labor is bringing on the table, what Labor is proposing, what you are doing essentially is that you are really aligning, you are taking the same position with your oppressors. These people who steal over, individuals, stealing over 120 billion naira, 80 billion in Kogi, allegedly, because we don't know if it is true or not. But we know that there have been Nigerians who stole billions, like the late Abacha.
Let's just blame it on the snake.
Yes, where you don't open up that space and let these people know that workers must be paid adequately. What you are doing is to help the looters to advance their argument that, reserve something for us to have something to loot. If you don't use it to service personnel, if you don't use it to service human resource for the nation, then you have so much for politicians, for military leaders, for corrupt justices, for all kinds of so-called thick-set lawmakers to steal. But when you use it to take care of the the laborers in the vine, to take care of civil servants, to take care of workers, there will be little or nothing left for anybody to steal. What is, left would be channeled towards infrastructural development. So to turn around, I've had journalists who are excusing this. Even some of those journalists that I admire sometimes, you see, you hear things they say, the excuses they give, that is too high, that is unrealistic. What is too unrealistic about $500? Yes, which is
so could it be that they are asking who's going to pay for it? Where's this money going to come from? Are they going to be printing it?
The money is there. Nobody has to print anything. The money is
no, but
there.
that's not sufficient. I mean, just to say the money is there. Money is where?
What is not sufficient?
When you say the money is there, where?
If the money is not there, how come one individual, one corrupt public official has as much as 80 billion, 120 billion to steal? And you're just talking of just one person. You know how much a minister will steal in a week in Nigeria, in a month?
Okay. So we can talk about redirecting corruption money
resources
towards
to servicing the genuine hunger, the genuine hunger and needs of the people, of workers and officials. This is the thing, and sometimes people who speak for labor are not as articulate as they ought to be.
Right.
Right.
Because like for example, if somebody is coming from labor and they say the money is there, someone like me, I'll be like, what do you mean there? You see how I just asked? I'm like, what do you mean there?
Oh,
right?
Yes.
So you're gonna have to,
and the money is really there.
So if it's corruption money, that still needs to be channeled properly, because corruption money is corruption money for a reason, right? That means it's stolen. That means that money was not there, quote unquote, there. Somebody is stealing money that's not even there, right? Which is part of our problems, right?
In this case, the money is there in Nigeria. Did you hear how much a past governor paid in lieu of social school tuition?
About $1 million, about $900 and something thousand. Yeah, higher. Speaking of Yahaya Bello, let's move on to this next segment. I think you're gonna find it interesting. Do us a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, and follow. And if you like that segment, like I just said, check out this next one. We'll be right back.